what if your insured does not respond to the audit? This is a huge issue. So if the insured fails to complete their final audit, a few or all of the following things can happen to the insured's policy. Non-complying with a final audit will cause the insured's policy to go into cancellation. Some carriers will estimate the final audit with all payroll in the highest class code, resulting in additional premium due to the carrier, while other carriers will instead add a costly audit non-compliance charge to the insured's audit. I've seen charges anywhere from $3,000 to $15,000 on top of the original quoted premium. So if the audit's not completed, the non-compliance charge will stand, and the insured will have to pay a dramatic increase in premium. The last outcome of complying with the final audit is the carrier will automatically endorse the current term to match what was reported on the insured's final audit, completed or estimated. So I want to stress the importance of complying with your final audit, as you're now aware that by not doing so, it's going to cost the insured and you, the broker, extra time, work, and money. Slide. How does the insured resolve non-compliance with the audit? So if the insured is deemed non-compliant or delinquent, they're going to receive a notice from the carrier, and they need to provide the missing information that the carrier is requesting as soon as possible to resolve the issue. Most carriers will list what is missing to complete their audit. However, if that's not the case, it's the broker's responsibility to reach out to the carrier or have their wholesale broker reach out in order to obtain that information. On larger policies, carriers may also require a phone interview in addition to the request for the audit information. This is usually for larger accounts, so please make sure the insured is aware that that is mandatory. Next, we have audit disputes. What about audit disputes? How can you tell if you need to file a workers' compensation audit dispute? Here's a few things you can look for. The audit payroll doesn't match what you reported, the payroll is distributed differently by class code, or the owner's payroll is included in the final audit. If you notice mistakes on your final audit, the broker can request an audit worksheet from the carrier's auditor who completed it. Some mistakes made by the auditor can be easily solved by providing supporting documentation of the insured's case. However, with disputes that are not solved so easily and need extra time in order to resolve them, the insured will need to file a formal dispute with the carrier. Depending on the case, the insured may need to provide documentation in order to refute the audit. And it's important to note that the formal audit dispute, it needs to be on the insured's letterhead and signed by the insured. I want to stress the importance of making sure the insured keeps a record of everything sent to the carrier, because in this case, if the insured wants to file a formal audit dispute, they will need to provide documentation of what they sent in.